I'm just gonna. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live.
Live?
Yeah, we're live. Oh
We're
man.
live.
Oh man. It's that time of the day, folks. Chirp and Chat. All right, everybody. Hello. I'm Ryan Forte. I'm alongside with Joey G. Unfortunately, Gianni cannot be here today due to some family issues that he has going on. But he'll be here next week to talk about whatever we got going on. But tonight, folks, we're getting ready to break down the All-Star game, the All-Star skills competition. I'm pretty excited because definitely something I wanted to get into. But this is Chirp N Chat presented by the Sports Hit List, as you know, presented here by the fans for the fans. Let's dive right in, Joey. What we got in the first topic?
I think the biggest thing to discuss is the skills competition.
Oh, of course. Which one do you want to talk about first? There's a few I want to talk
Oh
about.
God. How about we talk about like those new events they added, like the Vegas ones with like the fountain?
Okay,
I
so
thought that was
the whole fountain thing. Zach Rowinski, Columbus Blue Jackets defenseman, won that right. He won that event.
yeah.
So basically, it was a whole thing. It was like they were at the Vegas fountain in front of a T-Mobile Arena, and it was what am I saying? I don't know. But you gotta like sauce pucks from like a far distance, and yeah, Zach Rowinski took it home, and I was surprised he even took it home. I didn't think he was gonna win.
Honestly, the thing that surprised me most is how big that fountain was. I had no idea it was that big.
I didn't realize either until I was watching it. I was at my friend's house, and I was like, "Holy!" Like like it's hard to dish some pucks like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how it went? I think it was who Roman Yossi, Rowinski, Giroux.
Jordan Eberle.
Jordan Eberle was in that, and he's the first person to go into the All-Star game for the Seattle Kraken too.
Yeah.
So kudos to the Kraken because it's their first year as the inaugural season.
I don't think this year's gone as they hoped, but they're making marks.
Listen, looking at the standings, we gotta wait for Titanium Tuesday. Titanium Tuesday is our standings check. Look at the Super 16 of the week. That'll be a normal thing we'll be doing, here on out. All right, so the next one, fastest skater. Now, everybody was like, "Oh my God, McDavid's gonna win the fastest skater." Yeah, psych. Yeah, that's a lie. And so Jordan Kyrou from the St. Louis Blues, a curveball from left field. I didn't see this coming. I was so mad.
I had no idea he was in the All-Star game.
I didn't know either until I saw him like in the pregame. I was like, "What? There's no way." But he didn't beat Barzell's record for the fastest time. So Barzell won the record. He set the world record in 2020, right before COVID started. So that was 13.175 seconds. And then Kyrou won this year, 2022, at 13.55. So he surprised many people, and I didn't even think he was gonna win. I'm gonna be fully honest. I didn't think he'd win. So it was a little scary for me.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed with the fastest skater, as some guys went, it seemed like they weren't accelerating as hard as they usually do.
Yeah, and Chris Kreider set the bar pretty high. Like he did pretty well. And I'm not just being a biased Rangers fan, as me and Gianni are, but damn, like he said it at 13.7.
It was 13 something. I don't know the exact time.
Yeah, everybody was kind of hitting 13 point whatever it was in the first go. Yeah, but I was very shocked when I saw that Kyrou won. I was like, there's no way Kyrou's gonna win. And then McDavid he just fumbled the bag. I was in awe. I was just so mad that he lost. I don't remember his exact time, but I was like, if McDavid doesn't win, I lose all hope for the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think the thing is with McDavid, that guy gets so much attention. I don't think I think people start to forget like how fast some other guys in the league actually are.
Yeah, like they're big. They were comparing McDavid to Gretzky. I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah,
First of all,
we can't make
no.
that yet.
We're not that far. He's only 6, 7 years into his career. You can't compare him to Gretzky already.
Yeah.
I know he's an Oilers legend. No, I'm sorry. You can't do it. Simply, you can't do it.
No, and nowhere near close.
No, he might be as skillful, some might say, but is not putting up the amount of points that he needs to. So, yeah, basically the whole fastest skater curved out of left field, and I was like, really?
Yeah, it was an interesting way to start the night, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a good way to do it. The next one, oh, give me 1 second.
You're good.
You just went on now?
Yeah, I'm on live. Carl, say hi. It's my boss.
It's not coming up on the. That's why.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
For some reason, it should come up on everything else. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Switch too.
I'm gonna double check right now.
How long have you been live for?
6 minutes. Yeah, we're live. We're live on Twitch.
Are you live on Facebook too?
I'm gonna double check that right now. Let's see. Hold on. What's going on with my Facebook? Yeah, some of the guys are saying they're not live on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with
Not
that.
live on Facebook.
I don't think so.
Alright, let's see if I can turn it on. Go with that.
Oh, Mike says he sees it on Facebook.
Mike said he sees it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So just go for it.
All right.
Let's go. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
Just checking, but...
No worry, boss. You got it.
So everything else is working fine?
Yeah, we should be good. All right, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, you are live on Facebook.
All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go.
All right, yeah. Sorry about that. That was a little with the delay. All right, so a big shout out to my boss Carl, or our boss Carl, for providing us with the opportunity to start the hockey show. It's been amazing working with him and getting everything set up. All right, so next topic, the Breakaway Challenge. Now, I'm so glad they brought this back. It's been like 4 years. And I'm like, okay, that's solid. It's a solid way to start it off as well. Who was it? Zegras? It was Trevor Zegras,
Hughes,
Jack Hughes, and
Alex DeBrincat, and Alex Pietrangelo.
I'm going to be annoying, but I loved the Brinkets. Alex DeBrinkets was
the hangover one.
so funny.
That was good.
Hands down, my favorite. The best one, in my opinion, the Zegers. Everybody's been talking about it for the past 3 weeks, and you already
there's
know.
no question.
Well, I'm like, I know. Well, I heard Zegers was supposed to do something crazy at the All-Star game, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna pull something crazy." Winds up pulling how was that guy's first name from dodgeball? Was it Peter
Lafleur?
Peter Lafleur. He pulls out the jersey, and I see the jersey, and I'm like, no, that's not happening. And then he puts the blindfold on. I'm like, what?
Did you see the way he put the blindfold on him too?
Yeah, he covered his whole nose. It was like this. I'm like, huh? But I think that was the most unique, the most unique way to bring it back was to bring in the young guys. They brought a lot of young guys in. Jack Hughes was in there. I know, who else was in there? It was Pietrangelo, a vet. You always have to have a vet in there. You can't go wrong with that. Jack Hughes was okay. Everybody else liked his thing, but me. I didn't like it.
When you bring the kid in there, you're automatically going to get a perfect score. I mean, that's just
of course you are, because that's what happens. That's what any sport you do. And it's just why? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the whole Jack Hughes thing. When they threw the stick in in the stands, looked okay, pretty cool. You're reenacting something
That
that you
was
did
funny.
in overtime.
Yeah.
But not when, you know, not when you do that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You know, you can't expect too much from the young guys because, you know, they want to put some talent on. They want to put on a show for everybody. That's how it goes, right? Next one. I'm going to skip accuracy shooting because I don't think that was really important. Now, I know this is your favorite, and I'm sure this is your favorite because your boy from the Islanders was there. Adam Pelech from the hardest shot.
Yeah. That surprised me. When I saw the lineup, first of all, I thought Victor Hedman could swing with one hand and win easily.
That's
But
what
those guys
everybody
brought it.
thought.
Yeah.
So, who was in that thing?
It was Hedman, Adam Pelech, Timo Meyer, and everyone's favorite Tom Wilson.
Oh, Tom Wilson replacing Ovi at the All-Star game. I wasn't too happy about it. You know, Tom Wilson. Me and Tom Wilson, we butt heads. We clash. Me and the Rangers and, you know, Tom Wilson. That's why the Rangers brought in Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves has been a stud, a pure stud for, you know, for the Rangers. And I'm not being a biased Rangers fan again because here we go again. But I
was just an immovable object.
I love Reeves. I love Reeves. It's a great way to, you know, get the grit of the squad. And yeah, but going back to the whole hardest shot, you know, you had Victor Hedman who could you would think swing in one shot and it's gone. No, he didn't do that bad. I think did he win?
He won by, I think, just by 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, and I think the second was wasn't Kreider.
7.
I don't think Kreider wasn't in that, was he?
No, Kreider was fastest skater.
I don't know that I know, but I'm saying like who? It was Pelech, Hedman, Wilson, and who was the last guy?
Timo Meyer, the Sharks.
Timo Meyer, bottom of the list. I don't. He doesn't have a hard shot. I think they just threw him in there because they needed a Pacific Division guy, and all the good guys that have hard shots were already in a skill.
Yeah.
And then Tom Wilson, bum. I don't like you. Get out of my game. You're bad. He didn't perform as well. I think he got, I would say 100, at least 100.
I want to say it was 101 something.
I don't know the exact at least over 100. I know they all hit over 100. I know
they
that.
all hit 100. Yeah.
So that was good. I think Adam Pelech placed second, and then Hedman placed first.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised about Pelech. I wouldn't think Pelech would do that. Like, you wouldn't see some of these Islanders or these New York guys like showing up and trying to get the hardest shot. Like, it's not the greatest, but it's all right because it's Metro.
And his first shot too was like 89 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, here we go, he's done.
That was the
and then
same
he comes
reaction.
Back to 102.
That was my same reaction. I was like, oh my god, here's 89 point whatever it was. And then
another Islander embarrassing themselves.
Yeah, and I was pretty upset when I heard when Mika Zibanejad and Adam Fox didn't make the All-Star game because they were doing their own thing. Adam Fox is now back for the lineup, I think after next week. I think after this week. He'll be back in for
I think the Rangers don't play for like another week too.
They play Wednesday night. I think they play Wednesday night, and I think they play against the Capitals because the Islanders play the Capitals like the night before, like 2 nights before.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Wednesday's tomorrow. What am I saying? Okay, the Islanders might be playing tonight, and then the Rangers play the Capitals tomorrow.
They play Vancouver tomorrow at like 10:30.
That's brutal. I think those late games, I just go to sleep. Like, as much as I love my
I can maybe watch a period.
Yeah.
East Coast, it's not too easy.
Like I got school in the morning. I gotta provide for the school. So, but yeah, it's been going pretty well these past few weeks for the Rangers going into the trade deadline. I'm sorry, not the trade deadline. The All-Star weekend. Trade deadline's another whole thing we got to talk about. The trade deadline's March 21st. So it's a little late.
Gonna be coming up
it's a little late this year.
Yeah.
So it's way later than expected. Usually it's like February, maybe like almost January, but like no, they pushed it back all the way to March. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
What was the other skills
I
competition.
forget the name of it, but there was the one with the cards where they shot him. They basically played like
Oh,
blackjack. I thought
21
that was
and
good.
22.
That's it.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
I like that one.
They had Matthews, Pavelski, Stamkos. It was like 6 guys.
It was Nazem Kadri and who was the other one?
Let's see.
There were 5. God, I can't remember. It was Pavelski, Stamkos, Matthews, Kadri.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
We're gonna take heat for this. It's gonna be some obvious guy.
Imagine it's just like some stupid stuff, and it's oh my god. Let's see. I don't even know. I know definitely. Oh, Brady Tkachuk.
Oh, okay.
Brady Tkachuk
That's
was
right.
one of them. Yeah, it was Stamkos, Kadri, Austin Matthews, Pavelski, and Brady Tkachuk. So those 5 guys put on a show, and I think Pavelski took that win as well.
Yes.
Pavelski won that. Pavelski's been on fire recently, ever since he got traded, and then Corey Perry joining him out in the offseason for was it 2020 season going to 2021?
Yeah, that was the year they went to the finals.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's still mind baffling that they're actually a good team to make the playoffs, make the Cup final. And there's a lot of teams that I didn't expect to make the Cup final this year, or at least close to making the playoffs. Rangers, no shocker there. No, I'm kidding. They haven't made the playoffs in 3-4 years, but Gerard Gallant has put the team on his back and getting ready for the playoffs. I know he carried Vegas.
Yeah, it's amazing the difference a coach can make.
Yeah, David Quinn, fire his ass. I don't like him. I never liked him.
I think we talked about this the last one we did. Like, it's like the NFL where college coaches, like, their game just doesn't adjust to the NFL. I feel like that's kind of the same here.
Yeah, it's the same way how they do it. I know the NBA and the NHL like share stadiums, so they kind of do everything the same. They do deadline the same. Coaching staff is kind of the same, like what the certain arena wants. So you kind of look at it like that. Yeah, but 21-22, not my favorite event, but it was a good one. I liked it.
It sucks because it's only going to be this year because it's Vegas themed. Like, same with the Fountain one. You're not going to do that anywhere else.
Well, there's always different places to do it, but they did name the different, like, for next year's stuff, like Stadium Series. Yeah. They also brought in, the All-Star Game. I think, what was the last one? The Winter Classic.
Yeah. I just want to say the Winter Classic is an absolute joke. How they decide these teams.
You think that's a joke?
No, they rotate the same 8 teams in there.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I like the Winter Classic. Every year, it's very entertaining. No.
I love the Winter Classic, but they should get some new teams in there.
What do you mean new teams? They play new teams every year.
The Penguins, Bruins, it seems like they're in there every other year.
Because it's a classic. It's Winter Classic for a reason. They put the rivalries into it. Like, do not give me, they need different teams bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Like, so they put it in Boston, the Winter Classic's in Boston next for 2023. Boston Winter Classic. All-Stars in South Florida, so they're going back to the Honda Center. And they're going to do that. Right? The Honda Center is Florida Panthers?
Honda Center's Anaheim, I believe.
Then I'm out of it.
Florida has a new... the Florida Panthers are hosting it.
Which, I don't have a problem with them. When they play the Rangers, big problem. Otherwise, no. But, they're going to do South Florida for the All-Star Game, which should be entertaining because it's in... They did it in Tampa. Didn't they do it in Tampa one year?
It was... I don't remember. It was either 2018 or 2019 Tampa was.
Wasn't it 2020?
I don't remember. 2018 was Tampa. 2019 was St. Louis. And then 2020 was... 2020 was St. Louis.
Because they won the Cup that year.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Stadium Series is in Raleigh, North Carolina. Which, that should be pretty entertaining because North Carolina is a nice state to host a Stadium Series, an outdoor game.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that idea.
Like, bringing the Canes kind of side in. They popped off in the entire... and then in the entire offseason, bringing in all those guys in from the, they brought a lot of their prospects up as well. Andrei Svechnikov, on fire, ridiculous, nothing can change my opinion on him. He's absolutely stud material.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that a lot of these teams are now stepping up. So, teams like, the Minnesota Wild. You wouldn't see the Minnesota Wild 2 years ago almost getting ready for the playoffs. You would see them at the bottom of the leaderboards.
Oh, they were garbage.
They were awful. And then Kirill Kaprizov comes in and lights up the entire organization. That's my opinion.
I think my favorite thing about Kaprizov was how Drew Doughty called him overpaid, and he's making like $11 million a year for like next 7 years.
That was great. That was great. Oh my. It was great. But all right, folks. Now it is time to get into today's Titanium Tuesday. So I'm gonna read off the list of Super 16. Here's our top 5. Top 5, pretty solid. You got Florida in first place. They're at 69 points, 32 wins, 10 losses, 5 overtime losses. Florida has been a very solid team that is going ready for the President's Trophy. They're battling with Colorado, Colorado's now in second place. And everybody thinks Colorado's going to do amazing. They're going to perform how they're supposed to be. Guys like McKinnon, Rantanen, who's in that first line? Landeskog too. That's an all-star first line. That's like what you would see at an all-star game. And then obviously we just said Colorado's in second place with 68 points, just trailing behind Florida with 32 wins, 8 losses, and 4 overtime losses. It's another great team. Have great prospects. Have great coaching staff. Overall, great team, and they're pushing for the President's Trophy, pushing for the Stanley Cup Final. Could we see? Colorado, Florida, Stanley Cup Final. I'm calling it now.
96 rematch? That'd be interesting.
What'd you say?
1996 rematch.
Of course. Joe Sakic, of course, winning Stanley Cup Final for his Colorado Avalanche. And now is he the coach or is he the GM? He's GM.
I think he's the GM.
General manager for Colorado Avalanche.
Their coach is Bednar.
Yeah. It's a real solid, coaching staff, player spots, their whole thing. I love that organization. Personally, it's my favorite right now. Going into the playoffs, Tampa Bay Lightning.
One thing.
What was it? What were you saying?
With Colorado, I think one thing to point out: Nazem Kadri is like 5th in the league in scoring, and he's getting second line minutes over there. That's how good they are.
Listen. As cool as it is, make a trade, Colorado. You can bring in some great prospects.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're going to be in cap hell.
They're going to pull a Tampa. They're going to exactly pull a Tampa. Everybody's pulling a Tampa Bay. If nobody knows what Tampa Bay is, basically it's where you stack and then you wait till the end of the year to deal with your money bullshit. You wait. You kind of wait it out and go along and just go. So Tampa is now third place. They're at 66 points, which don't mind if I do. It's another Stanley Cup run. It could be a potential playoff spot for that whole Atlantic division. That Atlantic division is stupid stacked. You got guys like Toronto. You got guys like Boston, Tampa, Florida. You got all these great teams, and like half of them half of the Atlantic division is in the Super 16. And I love it.
And the other half is like in the basement.
There you go. Or they're battling for a wild card spot. Who knows? Carolina.
Actually, yeah, that's right. Detroit's good.
What's up?
I feel like that's kind of goes under the radar. People forget how like decent Detroit is. Like, I mean, they've fallen off recently, but they started this year unbelievable.
Yeah, but Detroit is under the Super 16, so we'll talk about that another time. Let's see.
Bottom 16.
Bottom of the 16. And Carolina Hurricanes in fourth place, 65 points, 31 wins, 9 losses, 3 overtime losses. Another great organization. They have been pulling everything together. Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov, and who is that for other guy? I gotta memorize these lines for the reasons like this. But
Carolina.
Yeah.
You said Aho, Svechnikov.
Who's the right winger on that line?
I forget who they're playing. I know in the past they would have Teravainen up there. I know sometimes they play.
Teravainen's a little washed, in my opinion.
They play Niederreiter up there sometimes, I believe.
Niederreiter is not good on the wing. Why do you put him there? He's good at faceoffs. Put him on the power play. So, and then the fifth, of course, you got to put it in. I got to do it. My New York Rangers. I've been a diehard fan since I was like 12, 11. And I went to a Stanley Cup final game in 2014 when they played the Kings. But what an experience. It was amazing. And then, later enough, I see Henrik Lundqvist retiring at the retirement party on the 28th in January, a few weeks back. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Probably a little over a week, yeah.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago. And my God, I was in awe. Everything that happened at the thing, I loved it. It was great. It was a great experience. I got to see my dad. I got to experience it with him. I know he kind of grew up watching hockey, but I kind of got him back into it, so it worked out well for them. But it was a true experience to have. If anybody has gone to that game, or at least a retirement party kind of game, that like it's a fun experience to have. It's a fun place to go. I know for the Islanders, they're going to be doing it for somebody soon. Aren't they doing it for somebody soon?
They did Butch Goring and John Tonelli last year.
Yeah, so I think there's someone coming up, and I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know there's someone going to be in the making of doing that.
Definitely sometime in the future.
Yeah, definitely maybe this coming 2023-2024 season, maybe we'll see another retirement for the Islanders.
I know people talked about maybe Pat LaFontaine's number.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, he was definitely a good Islanders legend. Now in sixth, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs with 63 points, 30 wins, 10 losses, and 3 overtime losses. Not really much I can say about this team, except they are stupid stacked like every team from first to fifth. Austin Matthews, John Tavares, you hate him. Let's see.
I don't hate him.
William Nylander. What?
I just think he's an idiot. He the moment he left the Islanders, started going to
just because he left the Islanders, I love him even more. You can't say anything else about it. Nylander, Marner, like it's like a Tampa Bay team, just different strategies that they have. They always get knocked out by Boston in the first round every year when they make the playoffs, and I make a joke about it every year saying, "Oh, they're gonna get past the second round." Yeah, they never do. I don't care. I don't care enough. Pittsburgh in seventh with 62 points, 27 wins, 11 losses, 8 overtime losses. They've jumped in the stats, and I'm shocked. I didn't think they'd pull it off. I thought Crosby, like they were like heading into the like the 5th, 6th range in the Metro, and I was like, yeah, there's no way they're pulling it off. There is zero chance they make the playoffs, and I said, forget it. I don't want to hear it. You got any thoughts on Pittsburgh?
It's funny you bring it up because I actually had something written here. Like, it's funny. Every single year, people count them out like, oh, this was their last year. Their window's closed every year. And Crosby single-handedly just brings them back year after year after year.
Yeah, well, they lost. They didn't have Evgeny Malkin for like the first half of the year.
They're always injured.
Yeah, one of them is always injured, and we don't. And
Yeah.
But once one of them comes back, it's like, oh, hello, playoff push. Yes.
Yeah,
so when Evgeny Malkin came back, they got everything together. They're using their weapons. Jake Gensel, he made the All-Star game this year. He replaced Zibanejad, which
yes,
my opinion, not a terrible idea, but I would have placed someone else. Like, you didn't see Ovechkin, he had COVID, so that he would. I don't really think he was gonna do it anyway because he never does it. He wants to keep.
Yeah, that's what I was joking about. But apparently this year, because it was in Vegas, this was supposed to be his big one. Because Ovechkin loves Vegas.
Yeah. If he did it because of that reason, I hate Ovi now. I don't like you. Get out of my game. But yeah, and then Nashville 28-14-4 with 62 points. Why did I say 16? I really can't say much about the Nashville Predators. I'm not a fan.
They missed the playoffs last year, right?
They did. But The only guy I really would talk about is Matt Duchene. Matt Duchene is the only guy, and Philip Forsberg. They both carry the team on their backs. And Eli Tolvanen? Yeah.
Tolvanen.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, honestly, other than that, the list goes on. And I think that's all we got. We talked about the All-Star game. We went over the Breakaway challenge, the fastest skater, hardest shot. We forgot to talk about the save streak.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
The
that.
save streak. The Atlantic won, and that was great. The Atlantic had with Jack Campbell, Andre Vasilevsky, two great goalies. And I didn't think Jack Campbell would be the starter for the Toronto Maple Leafs when Freddie Anderson left.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell definitely stepped up his game. He definitely showed who was boss in Toronto for the Canadian area.
Yeah, and even going back to when he was on Detroit and Carolina, Peter Mrazek, he's always had injury issues. So for a goalie to come in and solidify that role while he's out, that's huge for a team.
It's great. It was a great way to show off for the Atlantic. But they lost the first round, and the Metro took the entire thing in the All-Star games. A lot of goals were scored. And it was like a lot of fun to watch. And I'm excited that we get to here at Chirp N Chat, we get to break it down, give you guys the stats, what we think, what we're not thinking. But other than that, it's been pretty well. And so we're going to start wrapping it up. So tonight, after our show, live at 7 p.m., we have Mike with the Fan Zone and the guys over there. Wednesday, on the court at 7 p.m. Let's see. Let's do it. Honestly, in my head, I'm kind of forgetting right now, which is really bad. So Mike and the sports in the Fan Zone at 7. We got on the court live at 7 p.m. What else we got? A&W Injection is also Wednesday night right after Dynamite at 10 p.m. Thursday is the B Show. And then Sunday is Super Bowl. So we're going to get ready for that. Kickoff. NFL kickoff at 12 Sundays. It's the last one to wrap up the season. Get ready for Super Bowl. Joey, you got any picks? Who are we picking for the Super Bowl?
Bengals.
I'm going Bengals. I gotta go Joey, JB9. JB9's my guy. But
absolutely,
you guys can get the full rundown of the Super Bowl on Sunday with Carl, and on NFL kickoff, and then Monday, I'm blanking. That's really bad. Monday, I think. Oh yeah, Monday's Smoke and Mirrors, and that's at 7 p.m. as well. And then when we come back here on Tuesday, Tuesday we might be here a little bit earlier than usual. We gotta work around our work schedules in school, so we'll definitely be around for you guys to give you guys the latest hockey news coming up in the next few weeks. All right, and I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you guys for listening and watching wherever you guys are on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. I'm Ryan Forte.
This is Joey G.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We'll see you guys next week when we break down maybe some trades. Maybe there'll be some nice trades going on. Talk about the Super 16 again. And this has been Chirp N Chat presented by the Sports Hit List, by the fans and for the fans. See you guys next week.